Behind these green gates I stumbled upon a hidden gem, which is not far from home. This was once a garden centre, but is now a quirky cafe. The owner has turned the cafe into a delightful and unusual place, using some of the old sheds and items from the past, some of which other people would have ditched at the local tip. A lot of skill and thought has gone into creating cosy outdoor areas for visitors to sit down and unwind. Plus, the old huts have been carefully crafted with unusual bits and pieces for inside seating. All this emanating a sense of nostalgia that is enchanting. I just could not drag myself away as the air was filled with a mix of old memories and new possibilities, making it a truly unique experience. It is not only a cafe selling refreshments and homemade cakes, which I must say are absolutely delicious, but it has an art shed for people to sell their arts and crafts. I just couldn't resist this unexpected haven to have my coffee and cake and explore all the areas that were bringing back memories from my past. A surprise awaited me around each corner. There was so much to see, all of which I could remember my family using. As I explored the area even more, I was remembering so many of the items. This setting reminds me of my father, who took up painting in retirement. I think everyone needs a hobby of some sort. This little display brought to my mind my mother's old sewing box and sewing machine, on which she taught me how to sew. Something I have taken up again, but this time on a modern sewing machine. My sister still has Mum and Dad's old garden roller. It was just like the one on the right. I remember my sister and I trying to pull it up and down the lawn. We had such great fun. And I also remember our Atco lawnmower that was always going wrong. Who would have thought that people would be able to mow their lawns with these newfangled computerized mowing machines? I even remember the groundsman of our local cricket pitch using hand mowers like these. My gran had a mangle for her Monday wash day, and would you believe, a stone pot just like this one, in which she used to store her pickled eggs. I learnt to type on an imperial typewriter like this one. Glad I don't have to use one now. I didn't start using a computer until 1992, and really wish I had listened to my son and used computers earlier. Seeing this old wire which is being used as a barrier, I remember Gran's garden had lots of wire fencing that was forever falling down. The chickens were always escaping, which was a wonder she managed to gather so many eggs. My dad's garage had sets of metal drawers similar to these, full of gaskets, spark plugs, nuts, bolts, washers, nails and screws, you name it. To get some pocket money, I would help in Dad's garage, usually serving on the pumps. So I saw a lot of these petrol cans, which I would fill with either paraffin or petrol. Dad worked on repairing cars and seemed to permanently have an oil can like these in his hand. My sister became a mechanic. She inherited many of these oil cans and uses them all the time. It has been exhausting going round this unique place with so many memories still flooding my mind. When I noticed the Lloyd loom chair, I just had to stop. It takes me back in time. I haven't seen a Lloyd loom chair since 1959, when I left home to get married. Mum and Dad had a couple of them in their bedroom. They were green though, not pink. I took a quick sit down to reflect on how things have changed over the years. But enough of that. The loo shed is calling. I knew I shouldn't have had that last cup of coffee.